Welcome in to Friday Night Basketball. That is Verdun Auditorium, site of tonight's East battle between the Brampton Honey Badgers, 8-7 against the Montreal Lions, coming in at 7-9. Kobina Doro, Dwight Walton, Mo Khan on this humid Friday evening. Going into the weekend, the biggest game of the season on hand here for Brampton and Montreal. Dwight, good evening to you. Less than 48 hours ago, Montreal was in Ottawa, and it was damage limitations in that game, and how Ottawa easily won that matchup. Had that played out for the Blackjacks against the Lions, albeit, though, Montreal, a much weaker lineup because of what's not available to them right now.
Listen, it's a season of flux, fluidity for Montreal right now. Coach Small is going through lineup changes, and I'm sure it's difficult for him, but as a head coach of the professional league, this is the kind of stuff you have to deal with. Same with Brampton. They've lost their best player, as far as I'm concerned, to the Summer League, so they're going through changes. So tonight's game is of the essence. We got to see which team can impose their will as we make the playoff push towards the end of the summer.
And the running joke could be that for the inactives that was sent to us by the league, probably has a better lineup for Montreal and Brampton that's inactive than that's available right now. But again, it's next man up here, Dwight, for both these teams.
And that's what it is in this type of league in the summertime, especially when you deal with injuries, but specifically when you're dealing with the Las Vegas Summer League. Players are trying to achieve their dreams. That's what they want to do. Their eventually goal is to get to the NBA. That's a product of this league. That's the way it is. Teams and coaches have to adjust. It's simply that way. Let's see which team could avoid relapses or, downfalls during these changes in the season.
Let's take a look at the matchup stats for Montreal and Brampton in this game here. And again, look at these numbers. Similar parallels, points for 88 to 86 for Brampton. Field goal numbers within neighborhood distance of each other. Free throws, you're talking about two of the worst teams when it comes to free throw shooting in this game here. But albeit, though, the X factor could be rebounding. You're talking about two of the top 5 teams when it comes to rebounding.
So the thing is, for several of these teams in the CEBL, Brampton and Montreal being two of them, a lot of the times their best offense is getting the ball off the offensive glass because they're not very good shooting the ball from the perimeter. And then when they get fouled, they got to go to the free throw line where sometimes it can be an adventure. Let's see which team has the better night of it. That could lead to success in tonight's game.
Well, we'll see who can do what tonight here. Again, this is a Brampton team that was sky high. They flew out of the blocks, leading the way, and they stumbled down as well going towards this next game here. Coming up next, we'll have tip-off. Coach's thoughts as well with Jermaine Small and Kobina Doro. Stay tuned. You watch CEBL Live on YouTube, GEM, CEBL Plus, listening to TSN 690. Tip-off, Brampton, Montreal for Verdun on this Friday night.
Welcome to a new CEBL season.
It's been amazing, Canada basketball, for that platform and give guys an out.
The crowds were bigger, the players got better, the quality of the game got better.
You gotta love it, Canadian Goose.
Fasten your seatbelt tonight because we're gonna have some high energy and some high flying stuff.
This is the trail, this is the real, and all that I gotta say, I'm in my zone.
No shortage of emotion, no shortage of intensity as anticipated.
Welcome back to Verdun. Let's go down to Corbino Doro with the head coach of the Montreal Lions, Jermaine Small.
So, Coach Small, your roster is looking a little different. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, things happen, but that's the league. It's the nature of the league. You have to be able to adapt and adjust very, very quickly. So, most importantly, the guys that are here, we're just gonna, get ready to go to war.
Next man up mentality. I know you have mentioned that before. How important is it for the guys on the bench right now to step up?
Yeah, they have to. This is their opportunity they've been working, all summer for, and I believe in them. I hope they believe in themselves. And at the end of the day, it's basketball. They're here for a reason, and this is their opportunity to show and prove.
The East is still wide open when we look at the playoff push between the 2 seed, 3 seed, 4 seed. Are we at the point in the season where every game is a playoff game?
Yeah, there's no question. Like I keep telling the guys, it's a Game 7 mentality. Like every win could separate you, and then every loss could sink you. So, at the end of the day, it's high-stake basketball, and kind of basketball I kind of like.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
I appreciate it.
Back to you, Mo.
Corbino with the frames.
But Tony, you know what? I want to expound on what Coach Small just said.
Yeah.
He has been talking about the team having a Game 7 mentality for the last several weeks. And there was a run where the Alliance, I think, won 3 or 4 games in a row, but they have taken a tailspin over the last several games, basically because the roster's been in so much flux over the last couple of games. But I like the approach that he's talking about. Next man up mentality. Let's see what it gets done.
Let's take a look, Dwight, at the keys to the game presented by CDIC for the Brampton Honey Badgers first.
For Brampton, defense to offense. Turn the Alliance over, have some live ball turnovers, and get some easy baskets in transition. Again, like I talked about, second chance opportunities. Get some easy baskets there because you don't shoot the ball well, and take advantage of a wounded Alliance team whose roster has been in flux over the last several days.
All right, Montreal's keys brought to you by CDIC, right?
And for the Alliance, rebound, ball security first. You don't want to allow this Brampton Honey Badger team to get out in transition and score easy baskets to take the momentum away from the Alliance. Rebound the basketball, end defensive possessions by securing the rebound, and stay connected. This is the time of the year where when the rosters are in flux, it's either you go left or you go right. It's important for Jermaine Small to have his Alliance players on the same page so they can maintain at least an arm's length here in their playoff push towards August.
All right, starting 5 for both teams, and both teams might require name tags by the looks of it here. We have Hunter, Muntu, Flowers, Hamilton, and Moncrief. And for the Alliance, Osawi, Odro, Chiquenio, Williams III, and Horton in the lineup for the starting 5 for each side as well. All right, Dwight, you've ID'd the players to watch. Starting off with the Brampton Honey Badgers.
Listen, Cam Tyson. What can I say? Sean East is not here. He has gone to Las Vegas for the Summer League. Cam Tyson is averaging 20 points, shooting 51% from 3, 92% from the free throw line. He's also getting you 5 rebounds per game. This is his time to shine. This is his team now. Let's see how he does coming off the bench tonight for the Honey Badgers.
And very quickly here, the Alliance key players.
For the Alliance, I think, as Jermaine Small has said, it's the next man up. Quincy Guerrier out due to injury, the team's leading scorer. So now that responsibility falls on Kevin Osawe, averaging 10 points per game, close to 50% from the field. Definitely a good rebounder at 6 rebounds per game. He needs to step forward, step up to the plate. The offense will run through him if the Alliance want to have any success.
Truth or dare? The truth is the East is muddled. The dare is, could one of these teams seize the number 2 seed? Right now, it's Brampton's. By next week, it could be anybody's. Business end is here for both teams to punch their passports for August playoffs. And the tip-off is presented by Spalding, the official game ball of the CEBL. Crew Chief Max Odette, Alexandre Lapointe, and Arash Rafi are the umpires for today's game.
The Alliance are in man-to-man, 3-2 zone to start.
They deceived you. You might need Corbina's glasses over here. Here's the first 3. And the rebound to Osawe, and a one-and-done for this Brampton team, shooting from beyond the arc 36% this season. Fabulous game against Ottawa. Has played more minutes, has come by from NRL the last couple weeks, and he was backing up down in St. Catharines. The pirouette, Odro against his former team. And this will fumble its way through, and Moncrief on the rebound.
Odrew has had, ever since he's come to the Alliance, he's had issues finishing around the basket.
And that is an issue right there on the block. And here is Williams III, transition, the putback. And part 3 will not happen as Montreal is 0-2 on that moment.
Alliance have had excellent looks at the basket, just can't seem to finish early in this game.
The drive-by. Another rebound for Odrew, and numbers again favoring the Alliance in transition. Both teams trying to get their agendas going. Osawe. And the leadoff man can't get that through, and Williams III will get the rebound. New 14 to work with. Odrew. Osawe can't finish, and we go back the other way. Rebound Moncrief.
You can't be satisfied around the rim tonight. So far, the Honey Badgers have been dodging major bullets to start.
Back at the controls is Tyrese Hunter from Memphis, scoring 11 a game this year for the Honey Badgers. Flowers opened up with 21 in his debut. The backdoor hammer, and that's confirmed by Matthew Moncrief.
Excellent dribble drive right there, finding a cutting Matthew Moncrief, an exciting, dynamic athlete we have in the CEBL.
Chiquayo now with it, 8-12 left. First blood to Brampton in the early days of this matchup. Horton trying to get himself going through his 3rd game as a Montreal Alliance member. The teardrop. Osawe will go to the free throw line, and it's almost a rite of passage for Kevin Osawe to open up games here, scoring the first basket.
Well, at the beginning of the season, Jermaine Small, the coach of the Alliance, made sure to identify Osawe as a player to get the ball on the interior. Right here doing a fantastic job on the offensive glass, creating contact, and going to the free throw line for his first 2 of the evening.
Osawe had 19 and 10 against Ottawa in 32 minutes. 7 times he scored 10 points or more in the regular season. Had 8 against Brampton here. And Eastern Conference game is presented by Lotto Max, and right now Osawe trying to get the Lotto in favor and going 2 for 2, which would be a rare anomaly for free throw shooting for the Alliance.
As we know, the Alliance are one of the worst, if not the worst, free throw shooting team that we have in the CEBL. It's imperative for them to get off to a good start and to at least score some points at the beginning to have a chance at the end.
Good news for the Alliance fans, they get to sit down now. They got the first 2 points of the day. And the lefty, Hamilton. The rebound right back to Hamilton from the center arc. And a rebound for Williams III. They're now 0-2 from long range for Brampton.
That's a good job right there from the Alliance, securing that defensive rebound. Let's see if they can take advantage.
They were 13-34 from long range in the loss of Scarborough on the weekend. They've had a long respite before this game here, so we'll see who's got the fresher legs on this Friday. Chiquayo in the jungle, and he gets his first 2 points of the day. Chiquayo had 14, 6, and 8 against Ottawa. Transition, drop back. And they'll slow it back down here with Brampton down by a score of 4-2 early days. And 1. And the confirmation by Flowers, who is a pogo stick. He's very wiry, Dwight, from a physical standpoint, but he has no fear or intimidation going to the rim.
You can see that Flowers is a very lively athlete, took advantage of the closeout from Prince Odrew, got him on his hip, put the ball on the deck for 2 dribbles right here. As you see, he swings the closeout, takes the contact, and completes the 3-point play.
Had 21-6 in the loss to Scarborough, scored 21 against Ottawa, had 22 against Scarborough as well. He's a 20-point man a game here for this Brampton team, and you imagine when he gets Sean East the second back, he might be pretty good with him back in the fold as well. Horton, 0-1, and another rebound, and that is caught in 2 minds and off the hands of Muntu.
You know how it is in this league, in the CEBL, Mo. Once a player goes down, the players in the rotation, they look for it as an opportunity to take advantage of that. And here we see there's Chiquayo taking the ball off the dribble at the end of the shot clock, finishing nicely over 2 defenders.
Horton again back with, he's 0-1. Osawe, he's 2-2 from the free throw line. 5 left in the shot clock to the Alliance on the switch with Moncrief from the center arc. And both teams have yet to hit a 3-pointer in this matchup.
Excellent defense right there from Matthew Moncrief on the long distance shot from Horton.
Hunter fouls, and he went from nothing to something. The free throws coming up, and he's shooting 78% this year for the Honey Badgers.
Hunter used the aggressiveness of Horton defensively, creating the contact. Now he's going to the line for 2 free throws early. And into the ball game early for the Alliance come Guillaume Boucard and Keyshawn Barthélemy, replacing Horton and Kevin Osawe.
Hunter had 21 against Scarborough. He has a 3-game streak of 12 points or more in his last 3. We'll see what he can do now to get his account opened up here from Verdun. This Badger team shooting 74% from the free throw line this season.
I mean, they do a little bit better job than the Alliance do at the free throw line. Again, it's going to be very, very important for both of these teams to convert their free throws. Don't leave points on the board, which put you at a disadvantage, especially during target score time.
Well, Dwight, in Quebec grading system, anything below 60 is a failure, but Ontario 50-plus is a pass.
Yes, you are correct. Yes, I've known that.
They shot 58% from the free throw line against Scarborough, so if they were in Ontario, it's a pass, but Quebec, it's a fail.
That is correct.
Barthélemy, Williams the third now with on the switch. Barthélemy caught in 2 minds nearly. Chipoino back with it. Williams the third, right down St. Catherine Street, and we're back to parity at 7-7.
Lou Williams is just not a defensive specialist in this league. He has shown some prowess this season from distance.
Had 9-3 against Ottawa, and he's really been the top security man for this Alliance team. Moncrief, one of the top hitters, repelled away by Odro.
Odro with his second block of the night.
And here was Williams the third, and the cleanup courtesy of Flowers. So right now, transition points not going through. Here's the transition 3. Cash money. Muntu on the 3, and he is shooting 28% from long range.
That's exactly what you want to do in transition. Flowers getting 2 feet in the paint, finding Muntu in the short corner for the 3.
Sorry, but did not play against the Alliance back in June, and a foul called, and free throws coming up here for Chipoino. 5:19 into this first quarter play, Dwight. Who's got the edge in the tail of the tape?
Well, no team has the edge because neither team is shooting the ball well from distance. There's Lou Williams once again showing you his prowess from downtown. And then here's Prince Odru with his second block of the night, denying Matthew Moncrief. Odru, you can tell he has come into this game with some special motivation playing against the team that he played for a couple of weeks ago.
Montreal shooting only 65% from the free throw line. They made 63% against Ottawa. He shot 61% against Brampton here, but right now, Dwight, it has been early wobbles from the line.
Yes, and this has been their bugaboo for the season. Right there, Chiquenio goes 1 for 2 again. Free throws tonight are very, very important in this game that can get the Alliance back into second place, or at least tied for second.
2-point lead for the Alliance. Here's Moncrief, who's been a wonder star, and Odro, a hat trick of blocks.
Odro with his 3rd block of the night in the first quarter.
Tyson back with it. And keep an eye out for Moncrief. Needs 4 rebounds to pass David Moonkamp for a single season high of 146.
Excellent individual defense once again by Lou Williams on Cam Tyson.
And Barthélemy, after Bergeron, he went through the gears for that basket.
Slow in transition defensively were the Honey Badgers. Coach Serna can't be happy seeing Keyshawn Barthélemy get all the way to the basket.
10-10 game, 4:35 left. Corbino Doro, Dwight Walton, Mo Khan here. About to come into the game for the first time today is Montreal's own Eze, who will make his appearance in the next whistle. Flowers. And he will not bloom on that. It's a foul call on the Alliance. That'll be the 13th foul. And with 4:23 left, we will go to a commercial break. You're watching CEBL live on TSN 690, YouTube, CBC Gem, listening to CEBL Plus. Right now, here is Keyshawn Barthélemy bringing it down to 10-8. We're 10-10 from Verdun, Quebec.
So, Mo, Dwight, as you know, the Montreal Alliance have a new addition to their roster. He's played a couple of games, but he's new to their team. Prince Odro. He's not my cousin. We share the same last name, though pronounced differently. He used to play for the Brampton Honey Badgers, and I spoke to him before the game, and he told me that it's a bittersweet moment for him to be playing against the Honey Badgers. He says that tonight is a revenge game for him. He wants to prove to the team that he is still who he is, the same guy that played with them. And as we can see early in the game, he already has 3 blocks. He called this the revenge game, and he's playing like it. Mo?
Corbina 3 blocks early in this first quarter. Also, excellent rim protection with verticality defensively. Off to a good start tonight for Prince Odro.
He's 2 away from 500 rebounds, and a rebound for Hemphill, his first action in Montreal. And then let me explain something to Corbina and Prince Odro. The reason why Odro goes by a different last name is not only associated with Corbina Doro, right?
That is correct.
I think that's the reason why.
There's only room for one.
There's only one of one.
That is correct.
And that's the Prince. Here's Hemphill. Missing his first 3, had a 4 of 11 game against Ottawa on Wednesday.
Pretty good debut for Hemphill. Let's see if he can improve on that tonight.
Speaking to him before the game, he said, I'm just trying to get used to the game speed, and I will indeed. And here's Eze's first basket. The Montrealer opens up his account on this Friday night.
Eze taking advantage of the size on the interior over the smaller Hemphill. Hemphill may have the strength advantage on Eze, but right there, the length of Eze won out on that matchup.
And don't forget, follow us at CEB League on all social media platforms to stay up to date on stats, storylines, and more from all 10 teams in Canada's Pro Basketball League. Follow us at CEB League for all the latest news and notes from around the league, and we are in the business end. Hemphill again. He's 0-2, and he is not shy. He will fancy that shot at any point in the game here, Dwight.
Hemphill's not too shy from distance so far early in this game.
And not too shy for the love of the rim is the number 9 shirt, Trenton Flowers, point number 4.
The Honey Badgers feel a lot more confident driving to the basket with Hemphill in the game rather than Prince Odro.
14-10 lead. Here's Hemphill again. Third time, not the charm.
0 for 3 for Hemphill so far early in this game. Maybe we should think about not taking the next shot next time.
Speaking before, his dad was a former LSU Tiger football player. So he knows about pressure playing in Death Valley. And this goes out of bounds, and this will be Montreal ball. 2:57 left in this first quarter. So right now, the run and play, Dwight, we're talking off air. Both teams shooting the sub 20%, 25%, 27%. But this man right here, Trenton Flowers, has been nearly 100% in the field of play.
There's Flowers once again attacking the basket. Had his shot blocked earlier by Prince Odro. Right there, took advantage of the smaller Jack Hemphill.
Barthélemy back with it. About to come back in the game is Muntu for 3. The putback, the forensic finish not there for Johnson. And this is last touch by who? And this will remain Montreal ball, 2:41 left, 12 left in the shot clock as Muntu will come in, no subsidy lines.
As we spoke off air before we came back out of the timeout break, neither team shooting the ball particularly well, as you said, sub 30%. Let's see which team can get on a hot streak and put a few stops together to get a little bit of a lead.
Well, Coach Redis said they had poutine last night. That might be helping them out, and helping him out is Hemphill, his first points at home with a dunk.
Right there, Coach Cerna not pleased with the defense of their team on the baseline out of bounds play by the Alliance, allowing Jack Hemphill, who's more comfortable around the basket, getting his first 2 in Montreal, courtesy of a 2-handed slam dunk.
So Hemphill getting his first 2 at 10-5 against Ottawa. And right now, Dwight, it's a 14-12 lead. What's got to change for Brampton to kind of get this game back to their liking?
There it is, right there off the out of bounds play. The defender on Hemphill lost him. Nice screen and opening up to the basketball right there by Jack Hemphill for his first 2 as a Montreal Alliance at the Verdun Auditorium. And to answer your question, Mo,
yeah.
I just think both teams need to settle down. They're not shooting the ball well. Listen, they have the intent of trying to shoot the ball well, but neither team right now are doing that. So it's up to both teams to just basically get in rhythm, get a few stops, maybe get a few stops in transition, which will lead to easier baskets and up their percentages here. But right now it's pretty clear that neither team is shooting the ball very well.
Well, Hemphill had a flat tire to start off the way, but he went to Cal Tire, which is the proud partner and tire expert of the CEBL. Shop top tire brands and have peace of mind with Cal Tire's price match guaranteed. Shop and book at caltire.com And right now, Dwight, both teams are trying to get their tires in sync for the summer season because playoff basketball is not too far away, Dwight. When you think about it now, this is Game 17 for Montreal, Game 16 for Brampton. Games are coming thick and fast in the next week and a half. Montreal will be on the road away from Montreal for the next fortnight. So these divisional games are huge for both Brampton and Montreal.
Every game is huge right now from here on out. Both teams want to not only make the playoffs, they also want to host a playoff game in the first round. So these games are extremely important.
Montreal goes to Niagara on Sunday, and it'll be Ottawa for the Honey Badgers in the road. And the three for Tyson. And you talk about Iron Mike Tyson. This is an iron hand of his. Cameron Tyson does the triple to work with.
The last game here for Don Auditorium, Lou Williams won that battle over Cam Tyson. Right there, off the dribble, going to his left. Excellent shot for the shooter, 51%.
And a splash for Barthélemy. And he hits that three. Came off the bench, went 0-3 against Ottawa, but at home, different cooking for him.
Keyshawn Barthélemy is one of those players that want to take advantage of his opportunity. Right there, knocking down the shot.
Muntu. On the byline it comes, a twist and turn, the fade. Smooth operation, courtesy of Omojafo on that finish.
Excellent shot right there. Omojafo, known more as a slasher. Excellent shot from the mid-range on the baseline.
Had 7 points against Scarborough, Omojafo, and he is definitely one of those live wires for this Honey Badger team. And here's a live wire finish for Barthélemy, his 5th point. And that is eye-of-the-needle stuff by him.
Excellent dribble drive right there, rejecting the screen at the top of the key, finishing through contact.
2-point lead. And a rebound, and a new 14 to work with. A reload from the center arc. Off the heel, into the hands of 14, and Montreal can tie or take the lead with a 3-point shot. Inside a minute left in this first quarter. The high-low. Odro on the finish. And we're back to 19-19.
Excellent pocket pass right there by Barthélemy. Barthélemy finding a cutting Prince Odro for his first 2 of the night.
See, I could be on my mind thinking Odoro, but it's Odro.
My bad.
Say that 10 times. Here's Horton on the steal. One man to beat, and Muntu up and over. The 1v1 confirmed. And this game's gone off the boil with the Alliance starting to warm up now.
Excellent ball denial and steal right there by Theo Horton, finishing tough in transition.
Tyson in prime form. And a rebound, a new 14 to work with. 17 left on the game clock for the Flowers-led Honey Badgers. And a rebound for Johnson. Small clock is off. 10 left on the big clock. And here's Horton back with it. 8 left to go. As they'll calm down the heartbeats. Barthélemy dancing. 3 left. High-low. Odro. And we go to the first quarter team talk. Montreal 21. Brampton 19. Round 1 to the home team. Round 2 coming up here from Verdun, Quebec. You're watching CEBL live on CEBL Plus, YouTube, CBC Gem, listening to TSN 690. Here's IT Horton with the layup to go ahead by 2. Welcome back to Verdun. Corbino Doro, Dwight Walton, Mo Collin on this Friday night, and round 1 going to the Montreal Alliance, and there's the high hand. And that's Keyshawn Bartholomew, who had 5 points in that first quarter, Dwight.
Keyshawn Bartholomew, one of those players that wants to take advantage of the rotation being changed over the last several games right there, knocking down a shot from 3, rejecting the skin to the top of the key from Odrew, finishing through contact, and then on screen roll action with Prince Odrew, finding him come to the basket with the tough finish for Odrew, who's been having a tough time since joining the Alliance, finishing around the basket. Right there, he found the iron kind for his first 2 of the night.
What adjustments need to be done for both teams? Start off with Brampton, Dwight. It feels like they have momentum and they lose the grip of this game.
Right now, I just think it's about both teams stringing together some stops and then trying to find their rhythm offensively. Right now, the Alliance, I believe, are fortunate to have a 2-point lead as we enter the second quarter.
Odrew had a bit of a hairy finish at the rim, looking for more of a dominant effect. And that time the effect comes through with a degree of quality on that finish.
Right there, Prince Odrew showed some patience and composure, getting himself in the middle of the paint. Nice jump hook over the top.
Again, he had 11 points in 30 minutes against Ottawa on Wednesday. Sidecar passers, Hunter, Memphis Tiger. 8 left in the shot clock. Hunter denied, 4th block of the day. Here's a 2-on-2 for the Lions. Osawe will slow down the cavalry and wait for the reinforcements to work with. Montreal up by 4, the biggest lead of the day. Chiquenio interplay with Osawe. Using his delts, here is Chiquenio. Blasting his way through, soft touch and finish. Lethal weapon 15 on that.
Excellent dribble drive right there by Chiquenio, putting the ball on the deck for a strong dribble, finishing through contact with the floater.
Montreal finding a calm force of resistance in the rim, and that time the calm finish coming through from Justin Hamilton, 18 a game.
Nice touch at the rim right there, catching the ball to the free throw line by Hamilton. Nice floater over the top.
Yeah, he had 19 against Ottawa earlier this year, 17 against Scarborough, and they're down by 4 with 8:35 left. Make it 7-point lead, courtesy of Horton on that 3-point shot.
Horton using Ludu's hands were down. The frozen rope 3 from the 45 by Horton.
Horton is a 3-point specialist. Here's Hamilton back with it. Montreal, biggest lead of a touchdown of 7. The kick out, and that is sent towards McCowan Road out of play with 8:13 left in this first half.
This is what the Alliance want to do. They want to string together some stops. They've seen the ball go in the basket, so their defensive intensity has picked up. Speaking of which, nice block right there by Chiquenio, individual defense, and then the nice dribble drive, attacking the closeout with the floater over the top.
Montreal trying to wriggle their way back into that competition for the number 2 spot. Horton. Here's Osawe. Here is Odrew. Will he go for glory again? He had the nice finish before. And that will ping pong out of play, and that is last touched by Moncrief with 7:54 left in this first half play.
Oh, I think right now Odrew needs to relax. You can see he is amped to go up his former team, trying to prove a point. Needs to relax a little bit.
And a giveaway. And the hammer coming through, courtesy of Keon Ambrose Hilton, the SMU Mustang, coming up with this.
One of the keys coming to this game was defense to offense. Ambrose Hilton taking advantage of the live ball turnover for the 2-handed slam.
In 19 minutes, the loss to Scarborough had 2 points and 3 rebounds. Chiquenio, a little bamboozling, and he will go to the free throw line. And he's been a diamond in the rough here, Dwight. I mean, he was literally in Niagara under Coach Kimball McKenzie. And you see what he's brought here, and by the sheer luck of the CEBL gods, he's now back in Montreal.
There's Chiquenio using the Rajon Rondo pump fake on Justin Hamilton, getting him in the air, creating contact. Let's see if he can convert 2 free throws here.
And that makes it a 6-point lead here. And again, for those who love hats, New Era is the exclusive game uniform partner of the CEBL and all 10 of its teams from coast to coast. Pick up your official replica jerseys now by visiting CEBL.ca. New Era. And right now, the Lions trying to create a new era, but right now they cannot do so for the free throw line, up by 6.
But they're doing a much better job defensively. They are doing a better job on the glass as well, ending defensive possessions by securing the rebound, which gives them better offensive opportunities.
What type of opulence do they have now with Moncrief leading the way? And you see that, and he confirms that, and he has that edge to go to the rim with no fear factor at all.
Moncrief using that athletic ability, taking contact and finishing with a strong left hand.
Chiquenio. Here is Osawe. Hemphill back in the game for the Alliance. And now the switch coming through. Here's Hemphill. Can he break the goose egg? He does. From the center rack, right down St. Catherine Street.
Jack Hemphill, definitely not shy from downtown, now making his first 1 for 4 on the evening.
And that's off the camera of feet. And asking him, Hemphill, his inspiration is his brother when it comes to the sport of basketball. So really, I wonder who's won those games on the Hemphill driveway.
There's Jaquinio right now, because he's had such early success offensively, finding an open Hemphill for 3.
And the open 3 for Hunter, shooting 32%. And he finds the bottom of the hole, and now it's a 4-point lead for the Alliance.
Huge 3 from Hunter right there, keeping the Honey Badgers close in the second quarter.
Williams a third. Here's his 3. Bow and arrow on target. Montreal back up by 7.
Excellent pass right there from Jaquinio. Nice floor game so far in this first half for Jaquinio, finding Williams with the 45-3.
Montreal dead last in 3 points. 3-pointers made and shooting as well. They make only about 7 a game this year. Hunter, another 3. And a rebound right back over to Bartholomew off the miss with 6 minutes left in this first half. Asawe was fancying that 3, and now we'll wait for the options to work with. Here's Hemphill on the byline. Williams the third. He'll take a drive-by. Looking, chiseling, denied. Reload. Bartholomew. Smooth.
Keyshawn Bartholomew feeling good about himself tonight. His second 3 for the evening. Excellent floor game for him as well.
10 points for him so far, early days in this first half. Remember, Hunter back with it. They'll play each other in the final game of the regular season in Brampton. So this is a huge one tonight for both teams, and there will be a foul call on Hemphill. And Dwight, you think about it now, this game means more to who today, Dwight? Brampton, Montreal.
It means greatness for both teams. There's Lou Williams getting blocked at the rim, but finding Bartholomew for his second 3 of the night. The best time to get a 3-point shot off is either off an offensive rebound or a scramble where the defense is scrambling right there. There's Matthew Moncrief driving at Jack Hemphill, creating contact, and we'll go to the free throw line once we come out of the timeout.
Stay tuned here. You're watching CBL Live on TSN 690, CBL Plus, CBC Gem, YouTube. And right now, the Alliance up by 10, going towards the final 5:23 of this first half from Verdun, Quebec.
So, Dwight, I know you have mentioned that the Alliance are out and don't have their best player, Quincy Guerrier. He's on the bench. I had the opportunity to talk to him, but let me give you an injury update first. I spoke to the team, and they say that he has a lower body injury, and he is day-to-day. So that is the status of his injury right now. Right now, he's in street clothes. But the one thing that I want to point out with Quincy Guerrier, he is animated on the bench. Every time a shot is made, he is up there. I had the chance to talk to him before the game. He says it hurts him not being able to be out there with his brothers and help them win, but he is taking on a new leadership role as captain. Every time there's a timeout, he's going up to the guys and he's talking to them. And it seems to be working because the Alliance are currently up by 10 points. So Quincy Guerrier has stepped into a new role, but he's eager and excited to get back onto the court. And he says he might be at some point in the season. Mo?
That was quite a violent fall that he took last week. And to his credit, he finished out the game that same night, but the injury was just too severe him to play. So good to see him showing leadership on the bench, encouraging his Alliance teammates.
Well, I took him out of my fantasy lineup today, so he's on my bench, IR bench. Hopefully he'll be back in a miss by Williams III, but that's a big loss for the Alliance, though, Dwight, because you're losing a guy who had a 12-game streak of 10 points or more, scoring under 14 a game for the Alliance, and they got to replace those lost points. Is it more of a collective effort, or are you looking at one player that can do that replacement?
Oh, no, it's going to have to be a collective effort. Although, listen, I know Kevin Asawe identified him as a player to watch for the Alliance, but it's going to take a collective effort for the Alliance to come up with the victory.
And don't forget, for Brampton, they got to replace 23 points from Sean East II, so that's a bigger ask because that's a lot of points that they're losing from their attack lineup.
That's where Cam Tyson comes into play here. He is averaging close to 21 points per game and shooting over 50% from three.
8-point lead for the Alliance, their biggest lead of 10. Here's Tyson. And a rebound right into Osawe's hands with 4:10 left in this first half of play.
Excellent defense right there on Cam Tyson with the shot there right there. Nice contest.
Absorbing first half between these two teams. Again, Montreal last time was 5-8 against Brampton. Hemphill's three. Splash.
Jack Hemphill missed his first 3 attempts from downtown. Now he's knocked down his last 2, feeling much better about himself as we close out the first half here.
A delicious finish by him. Montreal up by 11. They have grinded their way through, and Coach Soretta said this is a team that plays hard, and they're playing very hard today. The pirouette and the finish by Flowers going on his 8th year.
Excellent curl right there by Flowers off the screen from Hamilton, finishing strong at the cup.
Hemphill, the forensic finish, and that's point number 8 for him. Timeout called by Brampton. They're down by 11, 3:24 left in this first half play. And right now for Brampton, the wheels are spinning, but going in the wrong direction, Dwight.
Coach Alex Cerna feels the momentum definitely swinging in the Hometown Alliance's favor. It's been a pretty good sequence right there offensively for Jack Hemphill, making his second shot from downtown and finishing strong with the offensive tap-in through a lot of defensive traffic at the rim. Here's Keyshawn Bartholomew right there off the screen, finding Jack Hemphill for his second 3 of the night. And then on the next play down the floor, a driving Lou Williams, a nice Johnny-on-the-spot offensive tap rebound from Jack Hemphill, forcing Alex Cerna to call a timeout to stem this tide for his Honey Badgers.
Hemphill has played just under 6 minutes. He's 4 of 8 from the field. 10 points already for him. Remember, he was 0 of 4 out of the blocks from 3-point range, but he's found his relaxation mindset here going towards the final 3:24 in this first half. Again, Montreal the biggest lead of 11. They've gone 20 points to the bench, 9 for Brampton in this first half. Montreal has a plethora of players at 6 points more. That's 5 to be exact. Meanwhile, for Brampton, their top point getter is Flowers with 7, and a bunch at 6 and 5 respectively here, Dwight. So what's got to change now for Brampton to kind of go into halftime if they're not going to be in the lead, but to give themselves a positive outlook going towards the second half?
Well, the name of the game, Mose, is to get stops defensively and to put the ball in the basket. Brampton right now not doing a good job of that. You got to credit the Alliance with their defense, but the Alliance across the board statistically have been dominant in this first half at 3:24 to go, shooting 46% from the field, 43%, 50% from 3. And they've got 8 offensive rebounds to the tune, second chance points, 9-0 in favor of the Alliance.
Lotto Max now gives you even more chances to win with the new prizes of $100,000 every draw. Get your Lotto Max ticket now. Must be 18 and over, and Flowers will go to the free throw line as he got denied by the doorman at the rim, but got fouled instead.
If there's one thing Trenton Flowers wants to do, he wants to put the ball on the deck and force the defense to make a decision. There he is, navigating through screen roll action, taking the contact from Jack Hemphill, who was raising his arms up, but definitely got his hand caught in the cookie jar. Trenton Flowers going to the free throw line for 2 here.
Hemphill, his second personal foul. That'll be the second personal foul of Montreal. 1 in Brampton. No subs lined up here, and we'll see now if Brampton can change the angle of this direction. This game down by 10. Down by 9.
The one thing the free throw line does is allows you to set your defense in the full court and eventually to the half court. Let's see if the Honey Badgers can string some stops together and cut into this lead.
Odro. He's the quarterback. Thundering his way through, and he got fouled by Moncrief. Will go to the free throw line for a chance to add to the lead in this matchup.
Odro had one thing on his mind, Mo, and that was to put the ball on the floor and to create some contact right there, giving Eze the okie-doke, faking the dribble handoff, going to the basket and creating contact with Matthew Moncrief.
Congratulations to Matthew Moncrief, who now has passed David Mooncap for the most rebounds in a single season at 146.
Matthew Moncrief is one of the more active and more athletic players that we have in the CEBL. He plays hard, he is tough, he knows his role. Not a very good shooter from the perimeter, but loves to get to the basket and finish high and strong around the rim.
10-point lead for the Alliance. Hunter caught in 2 minds. This remains Brampton ball with 2:43 left. 13 left in the shot clock. Osawe about to come back in for the Alliance for Hemphill.
Correct, Kevin Osawe right now coming in for Jack Hemphill. Hemphill has had a nice debut, it's nice home debut for the Alliance, getting a well-deserved rest from Coach Small.
Montreal has 10 points in the bank of credit. And Moncrief, unfortunately, was on the wrong side of the tracks.
This is not the NCAA. In NCAA basketball in the U.S., you're allowed to throw the ball into the backcourt. In FIBA, you could do it in the last 2 minutes of the game, but not here in the first half.
Well, the clock is almost in the range of 2 minutes, but not in the right quarter.
That is correct.
And the quick hands from Tyson. Chiquenho on his tummy. Here's the 3. The putback not there, part 2. And Odro will get it back for the Alliance, and he put it off the rim very cheekily.
For those who don't know the rules, you're allowed to take the ball off the rim the way Prince Odro did right there. Excellent save defensively by Prince Odro.
Bartholomew. Odro starts it, can't finish it. And that will run a play with 2:15 left, and this goes back to Brampton with a 10-point lead.
That's the wrong call right there by the official. The officials need to get together. Max Odette pointed the wrong direction. That ball clearly went off the Honey Badgers. It should be the Alliance's ball underneath the basket. There was the play right there by Prince Odro. The Honey Badger players were confused, but in FIBA, that is the wrong call, I'm sorry, by the officials. But they came together and came to the conclusion the Honey Badgers definitely catching a break. Let's see if they can take advantage of the offensive opportunity.
A pantomime reaction from the crowd on Matt Call. 2:10 left, 10-point lead still remains for the Alliance. The high-low, Moncrief. Here is Flowers. Flowers, the author. And the Nobel Prize finish on that. The Pulitzer finishing on that, and they're now down by 8.
Love the way Trenton Flower plays. He plays with an intent and with purpose on every possession offensively. Right there rewarded with the mid-range jumper.
Down by 8, 1:45 left. Chiquenho. Bartholomew watched closely. Here is Osawe, and an overload to his right. He's ISO'd against Eze. The 3. And another rebound coming in for Brampton. This could be the run with 93 seconds left. Flowers slow it down and will now get things reorganized for the Honey Badgers. And a little caught in 2 minds, unfortunately for Hunter, and a giveaway by Brampton. They hit about 15 turnovers per game this year. Chiquenho. And another cleanup by Brampton.
Right there, Chiquenho. I'm not sure if Coach Small was happy with that offensive possession. A little bit of a quick shot by Chiquenho.
Hunter was able to snake his way through with the silky finish.
And then to make things worse for Chiquenho, he gave up the dribble drive. Nice finish right there from Hunter on the interior.
All of a sudden, 6-point lead after 2 blinks of the eye. Chiquenho, Tyson on his left hip pocket. Who will be the outlet points? Osawe will go to the free throw line. And you talk about Kevin Osawe, Dwight, when he first came to the Montreal Alliance, we didn't see that type of repertoire from him. But now he's got that confidence to really attack the rim with vigor.
Well, when Kevin Osawe first came to the Montreal Alliance, as we see him right there attacking the closeout from Trenton Flowers, using his aggressiveness against him, creating contact and going to the free throw line for 2. But what I wanted to say, when Osawe first came into the league, he was a power forward, making a tough transition to a small forward, being able to dribble the basketball, making shots off the dribble, making shots from distance. It's not an easy transition, but he has used the attempts, the rhythm, the game reps to make himself become a much better perimeter player over the course of the last 2 years with the Montreal Alliance.
Osawe. And he'll get that to get it back up by 7. 45.1 left in this game. Montreal is led by 11. And Brampton just trying to get themselves back in this competition, which they slowly have done. They were down by as much as that target number.
The Honey Badgers want to get a score and a stop to end the half.
Hunter. And that will be a hook, and that will be a foul, the 13th foul in the Alliance with 32.2 left. And that will be...
That foul right there. Ize had the advantage. Osawe had to hold him, creating a foul, but at least it gives the Alliance an opportunity to play defense for 14 more seconds. Once again, the Honey Badgers want to get a score right here and then a stop to have some momentum going into half.
So Osawe will get an early respite, of course, on 2 personal fouls, trying to avoid a late third, so Hemphill comes back in. Guillaume Boucard also in the game. Dwight, he only played 6 minutes. Is that by design, or we're going to see more Guillaume Boucard maybe in the second half? And a 3 coming through. That's more of Hunter, and now they're down by 4.
There's the score that I was talking about for the Honey Badgers. Now they want to get the stop to create even some more momentum as we go into halftime.
7-1 run for the Badgers since being down 44-34. 10 left on the game clock. Small clock down to 11. Chiquinho, repel. Odro with a highlight rim racker.
Odro right there with a nice follow on the dribble drive from Chiquinho with a nice two-handed finish. And now he's cussing and swearing and talking some trash at the Brampton Honey Badgers bench. As I said earlier, Prince Odro right there is a very motivated player tonight. There's a dribble drive as Chiquinho takes the contact from Tyson, and Prince Odro doing what he's supposed to do, following with the offensive rebound and the tough two-handed slam dunk.
Well, we'll get Prince Odro's thoughts. I think saying bonjour to the Brampton faithful over there. Let's go down to Covino Doyle with Prince Odro of the Montreal Alliance.
Prince, when we spoke before the game, you told me that this was kind of like your revenge game. Is that an example of what you're bringing to the table?
For sure. I mean, basketball is about having fun, you know, picking little things to motivate you for the game. Obviously, I used to play for Brampton, so that was my motivation today. I just wanted to prove them wrong.
And how do you think it's going so far?
I think it's going pretty well, but we can't get too comfortable, can't get too ahead of ourselves. Trying to stay calm and poised because we need this win, and the game's obviously not over.
What's the message to the team going into the half?
Just keep doing what we've been doing. We got a small adjustments to make, but we got to keep building, keep playing confident, and just keep being ourselves.
Thank you very much, and good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Back to you, Mo.
Thank you, Kubina. Coming up at halftime, it will be CEBL Future on Quincy Guerrier, built in Montreal. Kubina will talk to Honey Badger head coach Alex Serta, and a look at the first half stats and Dwight's players to watch and more here. Halftime, Montreal up by 6, 47-41. Watching CEBL live on CEBL Plus, Gem, YouTube, listening to TSN 690. A lot of highlight dunks and more on that. And right now the Lions are up by 6 going to the team talk here from Verdun, Quebec. Stay tuned. You're watching CEBL live on this Friday night. Montreal, Brampton, Montreal up by 6. Plenty more jeopardy looking towards second half from Verdun.
My name is Quincy Guerrier, and I'm a forward that plays for the Alliance, and I'm from Montreal, Quebec. It means a lot, I think, for my growth as a player. The CEBL is a really good competition, good league for me to get better, and yeah, I'm just grateful to be here. I want them to know that I will give everything on the court, and off the court, I'm just, gonna be myself, try to give back to the community, and be the best version of myself. I think we're due for a big run in the playoffs.
Rebound Capos, and now it's a chance for Montreal to do it. Dunmartin, can they do it in style? They will. It took nearly 4 years, but Montreal can check it off their bucket list by finally pitching the first ever playoff berth in CEBL history.
Trying to win a championship. I think that'll be the goal this year to win a championship. It feels great, especially when all the fans, supporting me and stuff, supporting us. I think it's been a great journey for me, and I'm just excited to run it back this year. Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially being the captain and my hometown, especially last year. I remember there was a lot of pressure, but I like the pressure. I like the fact that I'm in that position. I think it's helping me for my growth and just for the team and everything. But I like it. It's like definitely a full circle moment, especially for my family and friends to be there and cheering me on for games. It's like I said, I'm grateful to be in that position. Oh, it changes a lot. I think being able to play in front of my family is not something that happens every day, especially in my career, at Toronto or, playing whatever, overseas or in the States and all that. So like it's really, it's a great thing for me and have the community supporting me and being in that position. My family. Family and friends, that's it. They're the one that's been supporting me from the start, and they've been cheering me on and supporting me since I started playing basketball. So shout out to them. It's definitely there. I think it's definitely getting there. I mean, you got Toronto and I think Montreal. The fans, they showing love. They supporting. They come into our games. Whether we're losing or winning, they showing up, and it just shows a growth in basketball in Montreal. I think it's just our mentality. We feel like we're the underdogs every time, and just we feel like we have to prove ourselves to get our respect and everything. So I think it's just where we're coming from too. I think it's a big part of it.
All right, welcome back here. Corbino, Doro, Dwight Walton, Moke on halftime. Montreal 47, Brampton 41, and Dwight, it was a slow burn to the game, but it really picked up going towards the deep end of this first half.
There's Trenton Flowers putting the ball on the floor, which he's done all first half, finding and cutting big fella for the dunk right there, absorbing the contact and finishing himself, going through the line and finishing with a three-point play. And there's Lou Williams, who's going to always come with it defensively, showing that he can make shots from downtown. And Keyshawn Bartholomew, who made a major impact on both ends of the floor in the first half, definitely taking advantage of the minutes that are being given to him tonight. And there's Trenton Flowers once again, putting the ball on the floor and finishing through the contact from Jack Hemphill. And right here, based out of bounds play, Jack Hemphill comes to the basket, forcing Coach Cerner of the Honey Badgers to call a timeout because he was not happy with that sequence right there. And there we see Cam Tyson, one strong dribble to the left and doing what he does best, 51% from three, showing us why on that shot. And there's Keyshawn Bartholomew once again, who had a terrific first half on both ends of the floor, with one of his 2 3-pointers. And there's Phil Horton. Excellent ball denial, getting the ball in transition and finishing strong at the cup. Chiquinho, who himself had an excellent floor game on both ends of the floor, taking a nice floater right there. And here's Hamilton showing his ability with the floater as a big man, with a nice soft touch around the rim right there. And there's Phil Horton with that famous Trojan rope 3 from the 45. And then right there, live ball turnover. And the big fella, Ambrose Hilton, taking advantage of the turnover with a 2-handed stuff in transition.
So the stats minus 3-point shooting and free throws has been almost 50-50, Dwight. Dimes, rebounds, field goal shooting. You said it before, Dwight, at the top of this broadcast, free throw shootings. Right now, Montreal has a cushion of 6, but they missed 4 of those free throws. Brampton has been Mr. Perfect at 7 for 7 in this game.
Well, the difference in the first half, obviously, as you can see by the statistics, yes, Montreal has missed 4 free throws, but they're shooting at a 46% clip right now from distance, while Brampton, one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the league, shooting at 28%. And that's pretty much the difference in the first half right now. But we have to understand that the Alliance will probably come back to the mean from 3-point distance. So let's see which style of play ends up winning out in the end.
You're watching CEBL live. Halftime, Montreal 47, Brampton 41. Stay tuned for second half action. You're watching YouTube, Gem, CEBL live, and listening to TSN 690. Welcome back, and there is a live look of center court, and the team's warming up here from Verdun. And Dwight, we talk about this team right now and the players to watch. Really, it looks could be to die for here.
Not much to say, Mo.
No, if this is like the first minute of play, I'd be like, hey, it's fantastic. But okay, so Dwight, who's going to have a bigger second half, Tyson or Osawe? How about that question?
Well, for me, I think it's Cameron Tyson. First of all, the Honey Badgers are down by 6 going to the third quarter. Cam Tyson needs to pick up the pace to where Sean East has, well, not being here, being in Las Vegas, but right now, I believe that player that has picked up the slack is definitely Trenton Flowers for the Honey Badgers. He's shown an intent and a purpose of putting his head down and putting pressure on the rim. Attacking, coming off screens, curling to the basket, attacking in transition, always wanted to get 2 feet in the paint and then creating contact and get it to the free throw line. Right there, showing his nice patience and composure by making a mid-range jumper. Getting the ball right there off the defensive glass and then blowing the ball up the floor in transition. Trenton Flowers had definitely picked up the slack for Cam Tyson, who was our player to watch in the first half. Let's see if it can continue for Flowers in the second half, but I'm sure Cam Tyson will be heard from, especially as we approach winning time for his Honey Badgers.
Let's go to Covina Dort with Coach Serta of the Honey Badgers.
Coach, what did you like about that first half, first off?
I think just us withstanding their runs and being in this hostile environment, just being able to be organized even after they made a couple shots and try to get it back and just stay at it 1 possession at a time. Just know it's a game of runs. We'll be fine.
Before the game, when we spoke, we were talking about how teams in this league on any given night can beat any team. But you did say that Montreal is that team that always gives you a run for your money. What are you noticing tonight?
Yeah, it's always going to be a bar fight. Those guys play hard, so we just got to make sure we match our physicality.
And how are you expecting your team to respond in the second half?
I think we handle adversity all year, so we just got to do the things that go into winning one possession at a time. We'll be fine.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Back to you, Mo.
Thank you, Coach Serta and Covina on that, and very direct, straight to the point.
Oh no, he's not. Listen, I don't blame Coach Serta, but the thing is, one thing, if you read between the lines of what Coach Serta was saying to Covina right there, just keep the game close, and he likes the chances for his team coming through in the target score time. It's not, I don't want to throw any shade or disrespect towards the Alliance, but that's what it is right now. Just make sure you maintain an arm's length against the Alliance, and you're going to give yourself a chance to win in the end.
Well, we'll see now what we can do. And there is Keyshawn Bartholomew, who led the way for the Lions in that first half, and he had 10 points. And he got off to a slow start, Dwight, and then he figured it out afterwards. Speaking of walk at Brampton.
What you want from one of your bench players, Keyshawn Bartholomew, taking advantage of his opportunity. He changed the tenor, changed the dynamic of that first half with his hustle, his intent, rejecting screens, finishing through contact, made a couple of shots from distance, and this is a player that thrives off of confidence, and he was full of it in the first half right there. Nice pocket pass to a cutting Prince Odru, finishing at the rim.
And here is the big man, Odro, repelling those shots away, and he did have an impact at both ends, physically and verbally towards the team bench.
Odro, he spoke about it, definitely motivated coming into this game, wanted to show his former team that they made a mistake by releasing him. First half had 3 blocks, nice finish right here, strong move to the middle, nice dream shake with the jump hook over the top right there. I think he needs to relax on the offensive end. He has struggled finishing around the basket miserably since his time with the Alliance. He needs to relax, calm down, compose himself, and then just finish at the basket, and he'll give his Alliance teammates a better chance to win.
Montreal, when they lead at halftime, they are 7-3. Brampton, when they trail at halftime, they're 1-5. So really the numbers not favoring the Honey Badgers. They were 8-7, Montreal 7-9.
The same way we start out the first half right here, the Alliance come out of the 2-3 zone.
Hunter will pick the lock in the 2-3 zone, and they're down by 4.
And the one thing you don't want to do against a 2-3 zone is give any seam opportunities right there. Nice finish by Hunter, strong at the cup.
Continues to write his own script in this game. He's on 12 points so far today for the Honey Badgers. First possession in the second half for the Lions, and again, the third quarter has been their bane. They've had a lot of stumbling blocks in the third quarter, scoring points. Chiquinho, not so much on that 3, and they're back up by 7.
Excellent DHO action right there between Prince Odro and Chiquinho, knocking down another 3 for his Alliance teammates.
He's been greased lightning for the Alliance since they reacquired him from Niagara a fortnight ago.
A much more confident three-point shooter in his second stint with the Alliance.
Jumper, confidence exuding through the pores of Trenton Flowers.
Trenton Flowers right there, continuing the momentum that he created in the first half. Nice mid-range jumper right there from the 45.
Leading the way with 13 points in the battle of wits between Brampton and Montreal. Here's Williams III, the high-low. Odro back with the watch by Flowers. Interplay, Williams III. And he got rejected, and back they go the other way.
Excellent help defense right there by the Honey Badgers. The block shot by Trenton Flowers.
Skying up there is Moncrief. The cleanup in out 6, confirmed this time by Hamilton.
A violent, strong drive right there by Matthew Moncrief, going right at Prince Odro. And there's Hamilton, Johnny on the spot to clean up the mess.
6-3 start for the Honey Badgers, and Horton will go to the free throw line. Bartholomew will come back in. No subs for the Honey Badgers. 8-10 left. Again, Brampton will travel to Ottawa. They'll be home to NRL on Tuesday. Then they go to Niagara next Thursday. So Dwight, 4 games in about 6 days here, 7 days roughly. That's a lot of wear and tear on Brampton. So really, this game is imperative for them if they want to get win number 9.
Well, you know what? We all understand that the CEBL, as we see the highlight right there of the violent drive by Matthew Moncrief going at Odro and Hamilton cleaning up the mess right there. But in the CEBL, we understand that the season is more of a sprint than it is a marathon. It's 24 games in a 3-month period, and every team goes through a stretch where they can play 4 games over the course of a week. And right now, this is Brampton. Let's see how they fare out as we attack the playoff season.
Montreal, they will be in Niagara on Sunday, go to Vancouver and Winnipeg, 2 of the top teams in the West. And now it's back over to Hamilton. Flowers on the give and go with Hamilton. 5 left in the shot clock for Flowers. On the byline, back door, 2 left. At the death, whistle, fouled, Moncrief to the line.
I love the aggressiveness of Trenton Flowers. He feels that no one on the Alliance can contain him off the dribble, putting the ball on the deck for 2 strong dribbles and finding a cutting Matthew Moncrief. There he is, there's Trenton Flowers. Matthew Moncrief making himself available for the driving Flowers on the baseline right there, cutting to the middle and getting fouled to go to the line for 2.
A lot has changed, Dwight, with these 2 teams. Moncrief missing that free throw. When Brampton came here the first time, they were 7-1. Since then, they're 1-6, Dwight. So really, this has changed. You talked about the sprint of this race. Really, they were in the gold medal position, and now they're weaseling away, trying to maintain silver for a second spot.
Well, it's pretty clear that the Scarborough Shooting Stars have claimed their stake at being the best team overall in the CEBL. But right now, it's just congested from the 2nd to the 5th spot in the Eastern Conference. That's why all these games, as we cut down the stretch of the season here, are very, very important in a very congested Eastern Conference.
Speaking of the Eastern Conference, this game is presented by Lotto Max. And here is Horton, watched by Flowers from the elbow. Smooth. And that is on target. They're back up by 5.
Confident looking shot right there from Etiel Horton, making himself feel good at the elbow, knocking it down.
Sense of venture, not so much for Brampton. A giveaway, and back out it comes towards the line. Transition, Bartholomew. He's on his bike, back door, and repelled by Boucard on the rim. And the finish not there. And boy, that would have been swashbuckling if they confirmed that finish, but Moncrief was there to reject that ball away.
First of all, with the early substitution with Keyshawn Bartholomew coming in with 8 minutes and 10 seconds ago, that's the confidence that Jermaine Small is showing in him. And right there, Bartholomew showing how confident he is with the excellent behind-the-back pass to Boucard.
Odro. Here is Chiquenio. And that will be a whistle and a foul on Muntu, who hit a 3 early in this first half. So, Dwight, we talked about, or did talk about Ant Nelson, who's away on personal leave right now. If and when he does come back, it gives Jermaine Small the luxury not to have not 1 but 2 point guards, in Chiquenio and Nelson being there at his disposal.
I think it's going to have an overall effect on the entire roster more. I just think Coach Small will have more options and feel more confident going to his bench because of the players playing right now out of necessity.
Chiquenio from the free throw line. Odro on the byline. Kick out to the flats. Here's the 3. And a rebound for Flowers, south of 7.
Nice defensive possession right there for the Honey Badgers. Let's see if they can take advantage.
Flowers bouncing, exploding. And an autograph at the rim, and you talk about in form, and that's him, Trenton Flowers.
Excellent delayed dribble right there by Trenton Flowers. Manipulating the defense, seeing the defense, taking the opening, and finishing strong at the goal.
Odro. Hamilton on the switch. Watch closely. Muntu watching Chiquenio. From 17. Bartholomew has gone a little bit colder than before.
Again, excellent defensive possession, and the Honey Badgers are finishing them off by getting the defensive rebound.
A 3 ties it up for the Honey Badgers. Hamilton, Flowers, he's a flamethrower. And the rebound for Moncrief. And Moncrief with the step finish. Timeout call, 6:01 left by Montreal. And Montreal wobbly at the knees after taking a flurry of punches from Brampton. You're watching CEBL Live on GEM, YouTube, CEBL Plus, listening to TSN 690. And right now, Brampton starting to really roar their way back into this game, courtesy of Matthew Moncrief, who gets us down to a 1-point lead for Montreal. Stay tuned. All right, Dwight, here's the redtag.ca path to the playoffs. And look, it is pretty safe to say that Scarborough is going to be holding that #1 spot in firm position. But 2, 3, 4 is wide open for 4 teams in 3 spots.
And don't sleep on Niagara either, right? Listen, they're just 1 game behind the Alliance. This thing is wide open in terms of the Eastern Conference. I believe it's wide open on both conferences, with the exception of the Calgary Surge at the bottom of the Western Conference. But listen, all of these games, once again, it is a sprint here. All of these games, as Coach Small has said over the past several weeks, it's a Game 7 pretty much in a congested Eastern Conference.
That'd be a Game 8 for most. Here is Bartholomew from the flats. South is 6, Montreal up by 1. They've led for the majority of this game. And now Chiquenio. And a rebound into the hands of Hunter, and now a chance for Brampton to retake the lead again. And they'll try to calm down the heartbeat and get the test of fiber back in their favor. Hunter. Facing up is Hamilton. Looking for the outlet, and Hamilton will find it back out to Hunter. 6 left in the shot clock for the Honey Badgers. And the lead confirmed back in Brampton's hand, up by 1.
Excellent composure right there. The dribble drive by Hunter, getting Bartholomew in the air, taking his time and finishing softly to give the Badgers a 1-point lead.
They were nibbling away, and now they're back in the pole position. Odro, post play, Hemphill. And that's short. He had 10 in the first half, and a foul called. And the one thing now for Jack Hemphill as he gets a CEBL initiation to this league is the foul calls. No same thing happened to him in Ottawa, where he took a few fouls far away from his own basket. But what's got to change here? But again, for Brampton, they've really changed the outlook, Dwight.
There's Hunter right there, taking Bartholomew off the dribble, getting him in the air, and finishing softly. And in the case of Jack Hemphill, excellent duck-in on the initial offensive possession. Got a nice shot off, but he missed it, and then showed his frustration by committing a foul 94 feet away from the basket, which puts him on the bench now for the Alliance.
Brampton has broken the resistance of Montreal. Here's another 3. And a reload for Flowers. And a chance now for Omojafo. And Odro in a little game of Twister, and he got hooked. Beze, and this will be a foul call on Brampton. This will be a 13th foul on the Honey Badgers.
Nice battle defensively on the defensive rebound right there between Odro and Eze. And right now the official called the foul because Brampton gained the advantage. So the ball goes to the Alliance right here.
Bartholomew. Open for the flats. Short is Boucard. A reload for Odro. Boucard part 2. Twisting, turning, kicking. Williams the third from the 45. Here's a reload. And Montreal's 0-2 out of bounds. And this remains Montreal ball. And don't forget, Montreal fans, bring your crew and experience game day like never before. Get Alliance tickets by scanning the QR code or visiting alliancemontreal.ca/tickets. 2 more home games left in the regular season, maybe a playoff game down the road. Backdoor, Boucard, short. Boucard, not again. They're 0-4 and no foul call. We go back the other way.
Brampton doing a much better job defensively at the start of the second half. That's why they're up by 1 right now.
Hunter. Omojapo, and that was a lovely Circus Soleil finish by him.
That's the strength of Omojapo's game right there. He's a slasher, cut it to the basket, putting the ball on the floor, using the rim to his advantage. Nice reverse finish.
Deep and tasty. Bartholomew sprays smooth, and he gets that through. The accelerator gets us back to 56 apiece.
Bartholomew with clearly his best game as an Alliance player, particularly at home here in Verdun. Nice shot to tie the game for the Alliance.
Hunter on a 1v1 against Bartholomew. Trying to dance his way around with the pick and pop. He'll take the shot, and that is very cheeky by him to create something out of nothing.
Hunter with the crafty, excellent, smart play right there by manipulating the snake dribble on screen roll action, creating contact with Bartholomew right here. Here's the play right there. Hunter surveying the defense, using the screen from Ize. Uses the aggressiveness by Bartholomew, getting his hand caught in the cookie jar, creating contact, going to the line for 2.
Hunter at the line so far today, and he is 2 of 2, 3 of 3. And again, we talk about free throw shooting, Dwight. They're now 9 of 10 in the line. Montreal 7 of 12.
The goal right now for both the Honey Badgers and the Alliance is to not let either team get away as we approach the 4th quarter. They want to maintain an opportunity to give themselves a chance to win as we approach target score time towards the end of the 4th quarter.
3:25 left. Covino, Doro, Dwight Walton, Mo O'Connell on this Friday night. The sense of adventure definitely on the Jeopardy full force in this matchup for these two teams. Must win for both, and Bartholomew will go to the free throw line. And Dwight, you know, we talk about the first 6 weeks of the year. They missed Keyshawn Bartholomew, who suffered an injury against Ottawa in the game up in St. Paul, Quebec. And they missed that type of grease lightning that he's brought to the court.
Well, you can see Keyshawn Bartholomew learned on the previous possession what Hunter did to him. He just did the same thing to Cam Tyson, coming off the screen roll, rejecting it, and using the force that Tyson was using defensively to his disadvantage. And Keyshawn right now is going to go to the line for 2. Once again, like I said a few minutes ago, this is clearly Bartholomew's best game as an Alliance player this season.
A real technician out there, and gets the first free throw to go through. The control and mastery by him. He's been a talking point in this second half here, Dwight, and he is now on point number 11.
He is playing well tonight. And again, he's a player that needs to play with confidence, and tonight he has shown that beyond reproach tonight, playing very, very well. And Jermaine Small showing confidence in him by giving him the appropriate time that he has earned and deserved.
And right now, we'll see what they can do here as he ticks the boxes for this Alliance team in all avenues. And this Honey Badger team missed Sean East II. Quincy Gurry not playing. Either is Anthony Nelson, so the big hitters out, and the complementary players are in full force. And a rebound coming back to Odro with south of 3. Long ball up ahead. Williams the third, and the lead back in Montreal's hands.
Excellent touchdown pass right there. Trenton Flowers thought he had the defensive back interception, but mistimed the jump. And Lou Williams, Johnny on the spot with the finish.
Well, look at that. Dwight Walton with some NFL breakdown analysis. Training camp begin in a few weeks.
Got to show some versatility.
Oh, you are a Cowboys fan.
Yes, I am.
And the versatility not there for Flowers. And his flushes will not be spared, and he will be called for the foul with 2:28 left in this 3rd quarter play. Double sub Moncrief for Poundton coming back in for Brampton.
Once again, Trenton Flowers doing what he does best. Puts his head down, gets to the basket. Here, there's Prince Odru. There's Keyshawn Bartholomew with the touchdown pass over the outstretched hands defensively from Trenton Flowers. Touchdown pass right there. Nice conversion in transition by Williams.
Chiqueno making that free throw, and Montreal back up by 1. Montreal on the bonus, 2:28 left. They have 3 team fouls for Montreal, 5 for Brampton. And again, free throw shooting, teams have shot 70% against Brampton this year from the line. And don't forget, for Honey Badger fans, Canada's Pro Basketball League is back, and you can experience it live from the CEA Center. Scan the QR code or visit honeybadger.ca/tickets today And here's the reason why you should get your tickets, because Jordan Tyson, the idea was there, but the execution was not. So really, if you get your tickets, he does make threes, but that time, not so much.
I will say this. The 2 games that he has played here at the Verdun Auditorium, the Alliance have done a fantastic job of staying attached to him, not allowing him to get, he has had few opportunities for open looks. Doing a fantastic job on him.
I beg your pardon, Cam Tyson, not Jordan Tyson. I think Michael Jordan and Tyson the same amount.
That's correct.
And a giveaway. Now this is number sliding forward for Brampton, and Bartholomew will take the foul instead, which might have prevented an easy basket for the Honey Badgers.
Keyshawn Bartholomew right there showing one of the few mistakes that he has made tonight, but I think he did the smart thing right there. There's the pass, turns the ball over, and I think that's the smart thing here by going for the basketball, creating contact, and stopping the Honey Badgers from getting in transition.
Hunter. He will not get that through, and a rebound for Odro, who's been a yeoman-like effort in the rebounding numbers so far today for the Alliance.
That shot looked good from distance right there from Hunter. Excellent rebound by Odro.
Joquencio. Bartholomew, and sensational, sumptuous on that finish.
This is the Keyshawn Bartholomew that we thought we were going to see coming into the season. The shoulder injury sort of derailed that, but clearly having his best game of the season.
Moncrief. And that is a firebrand finish by Matthew Moncrief.
One of the better athletes that we have in this league right there. Puts his head down, gets Odro out of position. Strong two-handed finish at the goal.
From Seattle University, him and Cam Tyson both went to Seattle University. Horton's jumper in the arc. And that's on target, and Montreal back up by 5. And now Montreal starts to make their shots late in this third quarter, Dwight.
Excellent escape dribble right there by Etiel Horton, getting himself some separation and knocking down the shot.
Moncrief. And the runaway train goes off the rails, and we go back the other way.
I think that was sort of justice right there on that defensive possession. I believe the Honey Badgers got away with the backcourt violation right there. Moncrief, not known for his outside shooting, drove the basket, and then the charge was taken. Excellent defensive possession right there for, here's the move right there from Moncrief, and then he attacks the closeout out of control. Excellent charge right there from Lou Williams.
And you talk about him being a creator, and here is Joquenio's pass, and that is last touch by Brampton. And of course, there's no challenges in the regular season, but if there was, I'm sure Coach Serta would have done so.
Right, but it was the correct call. The ball was deflected defensively by the Honey Badgers, so it was the correct call. A review wouldn't have been needed anyways, and even if they did, they would have lost the challenge.
14 left on the shot clock, 30 left on the game clock, and here is Williams the third. Montreal trying to increase their lead going to the fourth quarter. They're up by 5. Horton from the center arc, 4 left on the game clock. Watched by Muntu from the free throw line. Smooth. And Montreal back up by 7.
Etiel Horton right there showing his individual creativity offensively, knocking down a huge shot from the mid-range.
Flowers. 3 left. Flowers at the depth. And at the end of 3, Montreal 67, Brampton 60. Quarter number 4 on tap. You're watching CEBL live on CBC Gem, YouTube, CEBL Plus, listening to TSN 690. And now the shooting of Montreal has been epic going towards quarter 4. Stay tuned.
Did you know that every CEBL game ends on a game-winning bucket? Yep, every single one. That's because we use something called target score ending, a thrilling twist that keeps fans locked in till the final shot. So what is the target score ending? Here's how it works. The first time the clock stops with 4 minutes or less left in the fourth quarter, the game clock is turned off. We enter target score time. We take the leading team's score, add 9 points, and that becomes the target score. Let's say it's 91-80. That means the first team to hit 100 wins. No ticking clock, no intentional fouls, just pure clutch basketball. It's fast, it's electric, and it guarantees that every game ends with a bang. Experience the target score ending this CEBL season.
So tonight is the night that we honor first responders. So I want to say thank you for all the work that first responders do. But I'm also here with Canadian Armed Forces Sergeant Sean. What is it like for you to be part of the Armed Forces?
Oh, that's a great question. It's a loaded question. There's a lot of steps to get to where I am as a sergeant for sure. But I think it all starts with basic training, with being a good Canadian, and that's why those types of values we're looking for in Canadian Armed Forces.
Can you tell me your story? How did you get into it? How long have you been doing it for?
Absolutely. I've been in the Canadian Armed Forces for 8 years already. I started in 2018 as a musician, which is my trade today. I started as a recruit, went up the ranks, and now I've worked full-time for the Canadian Armed Forces as a musician based in Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu.
Before I let you go, I have to ask you, what is your favorite moment about being part of the Canadian Armed Forces?
My favorite moment, I will say, was not basic training, for sure. There's a lot of courses, but the best moments are the moments like tonight, when we get to play for an awesome crowd, to give back to the community, and play some great music that we prepared specifically for this type of event.
And how are you enjoying the basketball game?
I'm loving it. It's a tight game. We're going to go and watch the fourth.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Mo, back to you.
Thank you so much, and we thank them for their service to this country of ours.
And I want to echo that as well. We really, really appreciate their service. To be the first responders, to put their life on the line every day, much respect to them.
Montreal, when they lead after 3 quarters, they're 7-1, and Brampton, when they trail after 3, they're 1-6.
Excellent start defensively to this all-important fourth quarter for the Honey Badgers.
Right now, it is the Brampton Thunder against the Montreal Lightning. This hit out was the Flowers-led Thunder, and here he is on the turn. And the rebound right back to Odro, who's really given no second-chance rebounds for a much longer lineup of the Brampton Honey Badgers.
And once again, excellent individual defense by Lou Williams on Trenton Flowers.
Horton's 3, cash money. Montreal up 10.
Huge, huge shot right there from distance. The frozen rope that Etiel Horton has become known for during his tenure with the Alliance.
Campaign of adventures right now, and Montreal back in the ascendancy of 10. 1-2. Hampton from the line. And right now, the shots are not going in. No master lock for this Honey Badger team attacking the rim.
This is the start of the fourth quarter. Jermaine Small wanted.
And Odro can't get to it. Goes back to Brampton with 8:3 left. And Serta's not happy about something on the court. Timeout call by Brampton here, Dwight. Montreal up by 10 with 8:3 left. We're 4:30 away from target time.
Sometimes a coach calls a timeout, Mo, so he can voice his frustration or his opinion with the officials. But he also, talking about Coach Serta, understands that this game is starting to get away from his team a little bit, wants to settle them down, stop the Alliance's momentum, as we are 4 and change away from the all-important target score time, with the Alliance leading by 10.
And here is IT Horton's highlight pack, Dwight. And so far today in the second half, 15 points in 18 minutes, shooting 6 of 12 from the field so far.
He has shown a lot of his repertoire tonight. Not only is he shooting from distance, but he can put the ball on the floor for 1 or 2 dribbles, creates enough space to make some tough shots, especially up against the shot clock. Right there, getting enough separation on a shot from downtown off the dribble. Etiel Horton, it's his time. It's money time. It's winning time as far as he's concerned for the Alliance. As once again, we are 4 and change away from target score time. Etiel Horton doing his best to try to give his Alliance team a victory tonight.
Let's go down to Covina Dora with a huddle update from the team benches.
Mo, so I was just behind the bench for Brampton, and Coach was really talking about getting to their spots, and he was telling them to play composed, and he was drawing up some new plays, telling them where they need to go to stop the Montreal Alliance from scoring, and also scoring for themselves to close the gap as we head closer to target score. Mo?
Thank you so much, Covina. Montreal has led this game for 19 minutes and 54 seconds. Hunter was 16, Flowers with 15, and Moncrief with 11. Meanwhile, for Montreal, Barthélemy with 17, Chiquinho with 10, Hemphill with 10, and I said for Horton, the X Factor with 15.
Right here, the Alliance have come out of the 2-3 zone. They're in scramble mode.
And that is a scramble possession for the Honey Badgers. Turnover number 7 for the visitors.
Excellent change of defense right there by Coach Small for the Alliance. Coming out of the timeout, catching Coach Cerna and his Honey Badgers off guard right there, forcing a shot clock violation. Let's see if the Alliance can take advantage and increase their lead as we approach target score time.
We have starters, and now we have finishers. Who can finish this game for both teams? Here's Chiquinho, who starts it, and will finish it, and Montreal back up by 12.
Chiquinho definitely taking advantage of his opportunity in his second stint with the Alliance. Excellent dribble drive right there through contact.
A lovely play by Hamilton off the pass to Hunter, and that is a physical jewel of a pass by.
That is a huge basket for the Honey Badgers. Right there, Hunter getting to the teeth of the defense, finding a cutting Hamilton. Nice finish.
Horton, attacking power, full mode, and they're back up by 12.
It is Ethiel Hamilton, Horton time right here for the Alliance. Excellent start to the fourth quarter as we approach target score time.
Right now, he's become the crown jewel in this game for the Alliance. Off the bench, 17. Flowers, he will have to get going. Williams III will take that away. 3-on-3 for the Alliance. Drop pass. Osawe looking, waiting, calming it down, back out to Williams III. He will start himself. Cannot break the foul, and now we go back to the way on a one and done. Moncrief on the gallop. Open three from the flats. And a rebound for Horton. Another one and done from Brampton. Dwight.
Well, right now, the Honey Badgers continue to struggle from three-point range. I believe now they are 4 for 21 from 3, and that's why they are down currently 12 to the Alliance.
And Chiquinho will go up. No fear or intimidation. Timeout call by Brampton. 6:28 left in this quarter play. Montreal 76, Brampton 62. You're watching CEBL live on CBC Gem, YouTube, and right now, Dwight, this game here, you're about to say Brampton is a little bit wild at the knees.
The two hometown players, Blondo Chiquinho and Keyshawn Bartholomew, have definitely made their imprints tonight, both putting pressure on the rim, finishing around the rim, and also making shots from distance. And right there, that final layup from Chiquinho, forcing Coach Cerna of the Honey Badgers to call a timeout as the Alliance have increased their lead to 14 as we're 2 and change right now from the all-important target score time. Cerna needs to figure something out, has to get his teammates back on the same page as we approach target score time. The Alliance right now sitting comfortably in the driver's seat.
Meanwhile, for Brampton, they'll cap their weekend road trip as they will make a stop at the nation's capital, where they'll face off against the Ottawa Blackjacks in the pivotal matchup as we look ahead to the playoffs. Tip-off at 4 p.m. East. Meanwhile, from Montreal, they head to the Meridian Center for a rematch with the Niagara River Lions. Looking to even their season series with the Kimball McKenzie squad. Action begins Sunday at 3 p.m. East, so really a short turnaround for both teams, Dwight. And one of these teams will be on a happy bus ride to their destination, and the other will be on a very moody bus ride to their destination.
Well, what's important right now for the Honey Badgers as we come out of the timeout, they need to get scores and stops. That's the only way they're going to get back in this game as we approach target score time. And on the flip side, for Coach Small of the Alliance, get good shots, make good decisions, and don't force the action.
The alley and the oop, the arts and crafts, and the science confirms.
Excellent play coming out of the timeout. Hunter finding a cutting and aggressive Trenton Flowers with the alley-oop two-handed slam.
Chiquinho, and we'll go to the free throw line. And the one thing about Blondo Chiquinho, Dwight, he does a lot of heavy lifting, but really he comes up with that 225 max 20 times.
And along with Keyshawn Bartholomew, they are fearless in putting their head down and getting to the basket, creating contact, and getting to the free throw line. Here's the play coming out of timeout. Hunter with the dribble drive, getting to the free throw line and finding a nice alley-oop with Trenton Flowers right there. And of course, Blondo Chiquinho putting his head down and getting to the free throw line. And so far, 1 of 1 at the line.
Remains 13, and we're 2 minutes away from target time territory, and Montreal looking to maintain a double-digit lead if they can do so.
It's urgent time right now for the Honey Badgers.
Hunter, absolutely sumptuous on that finish.
Hunter, excellent right there with the hang time, getting the shot just before he comes back down to the ground over the outstretched block shot attempt from Prince Odro.
Back with this Chiqueno. It's been a good matchup with Hunter and Chiqueno. And it appears Barthélemy was knocked to the ground, and he might win the Oscar for great effort on that.
That was a frustration foul right there from Cam Tyson. He has had a tough shooting night. Hasn't been effective offensively for the Honey Badgers tonight. And right there, you see the frustration. Cam Tyson shoving Keyshawn Barthélemy to the ground, and he throws his arms up in frustration. Has been a tough night offensively for Cam Tyson.
Tyson's been his own worst enemy in this game here with 5:34 left. Again, we're a minute 30 away from target time. Bukar, quiet day so far. The last couple of games has not played that much. Chiqueno in the paint. That's a giveaway. And now here's a chance for the Honey Badgers, and Chiqueno, unfortunately, his blushes will not be spared because he made a mistake and now created a foul out of it.
Well, one of the keys coming into this game for the Honey Badgers was converting their defense to offense, and the Alliance have done a pretty good job of making sure that their defensive transition has been on point for pretty much most of this night.
Flowers. Watch by Odro. This is really speeding inside. And the rebound for Tyson, and that's unfamiliar territory in the rebound inside the paint, and the giveaway back over to Montreal.
Right there, Tyson got himself to the offensive glass, but the Alliance have done a pretty good job of protecting the rim all night.
Chiqueno. We're inside a minute before target time is applied on the next whistle after that. 6 left in the shot clock for the Alliance. Chiqueno, Odro on the low block. 4 left. Very muddled possession. And that is a whistle, and that will be a foul with 4:46 left. And this is on Osawe, which I believe, Dwight, that will be personal foul number 4. What do you do if you're Jermaine Small? Do you take him out and see him for target time?
No, we're approaching target score time right now, Mo. It's winning time for the Alliance. Jermaine Small understands the importance and has the faith and trust in Kevin Osawe that he won't commit the foul.
And Bukar is going to be called for the foul, and that is 3 fouls in a matter of 35 seconds for the Alliance. They had none up until this point.
Well, it's okay. Like, again, the Alliance needs to do a solid job defensively and make the correct decisions offensively as we approach target score time within the 11-point lead.
And here is someone who can change this outlook. The architecture of this game is in the hands, and caught in 2 minds was Hunter. I was about to say he could change the architecture. Well, unfortunately, he didn't do so in that possession.
Right now, that's unfortunate for Hunter as he came off a screen roll. And right here, we see Coach Cerna, who has been frustrated with the officiating pretty much for the entirety of this game, given a technical foul at the most inopportune time as we approach target score time. And I think right now it's imperative for the assistant coaches and the players for the Honey Badgers to keep Coach Cerna distance from the officials right now, who are very smartly not paying attention to what he has to say.
He's not Mr. Popular in this part of town. And Barthélemy is Mr. Popular right now with the Alliance faithful. That is back up to a 12-point lead. So here's the travel now, Dwight. And I think Cerna was complaining that Chiqueno hooked the jersey of Hunter that led to the travel, and that's why he was a bit frustrated.
Well, that wasn't a traveling call. That was a carrying violation. As Hunter came off the screen roll, as you can tell that he put his hand underneath the ball, which is the correct call with the palming violation.
Osawe back with it, watched by Flowers. It's been a good matchup for those two. Barthélemy, Tyson on him. Long range, short range. Osawe, close range.
Barthélemy right there got away with that shot, but Kevin Osawe doing what he does best, offensive glass. Nice, tough finish.
Hunter, and that was easy. It was almost bystanders watching on the finish by Hunter.
Right now, I think it's important. If I was the Honey Badgers, I would foul to stop this possession right here and to keep them at the 12-point deficit into target score time.
They do have fouls to give.
Yes, they do.
2 team fouls so far. The pirouette by Chiqueno. 6 left. Osawe around the protractor it comes. Bukar byline. Teardrop. And And that is going to go back to Brampton. A chance now for Tyson. He'll go for option B, and that's the correct option. And now it's a 10-point lead. And again, the next whistle will stop play, and target will be applied.
Because of the threat of Cam Tyson behind the three-point line, he froze the defender off the dribble, enabling himself to separate and finish at the rim.
If Montreal scores, do they foul right away, Dwight? Well, we have our answer.
Well, we have our answer right there.
And it's going the other way. It's Brampton that will foul Chiqueno, and there'll be 2 free throws coming up here, and the next whistle after that, and that will be that. The target time will be perhaps 88, it could be 89 or 90. We'll find out now. Chiqueno coming up here at the line for the Lions. And the first one is hit. And minimum, we're looking at 90. First one to 90 wins.
Very important free throw right here for Chiqueno.
And he confirms that. So first one to 91 wins. Target time now, Dwight. You're watching CEBL live on CBC Gem, YouTube, CEBL Plus, listening to TSN 690. Coach Serta, a little bit angry. We'll find out what he does now in target time. Stay tuned.
Let's bring it on. It's game time. It's showtime. Next bucket wins.
Target score time is the best time of a game. The energy, the drama.
That anything can happen. Oh my goodness! Can you believe this guy?
Big players step up in big times.
He is cooking.
There's the target score of 91. Let's go to Copino Doro with the huddle update from both benches.
So, Mo, I went behind both benches to see how both teams are feeling heading into target score. Let's start with Brampton. Brampton, their coach, is being positive. He says, we got this. Let's go dig deep. So his message is dig deep. Let's go. Let's climb out of this hole and score 21 points to win the game. Montreal's bench was stay composed, don't rush anything. We have the lead. Let's take it possession by possession so that we can score 91 points and win the game. Mo?
Thanks so much, Cobina, with the update. So Montreal, when they go into target time, they're 6-1. Brampton, they're 0-6 when they trail going into target time. So really, that is a number not so kind for the Honey Badgers trailing this game. 82-70, first one to 91 wins. Hunter. And that is absolutely clean by him.
Hunter has done a fantastic job all night long of getting his feet into the paint. Right there, excellent in and out dribble, beating Chiqueno. Nice left-handed finish.
Leading both teams with 22. Chiqueno with the response of an ace, and he gets point number 19.
Chiqueno right there, whatever Hunter can do, he says he can do better, to the tune of 19 points so far tonight.
The Wimbledon finals are on Sunday, but we have a preview here on Friday in Tyson. And you see why he is a flamethrower from long range.
Tyson with one of the few open looks that he had tonight, taking advantage here in target score time. He is a 51% three-point shooter.
All of a sudden, they scored 5 of the 2 from Montreal, but again, work to be done for Brampton in this target time. Odro. Osawe in traffic. Cleaned up by Moncrief.
Excellent right there around the rim. Excellent defense right there. Excellent rebound from Matthew Moncrief.
Hunter back with it. He is definitely twitching right now with the ball. He is the conductor, the chief, the orchestra maker. And the maestro is fouled and will go to the free throw line. And this will give a chance here for Brampton to get a little bit closer to Montreal on the scoreline.
Right there, Hunter took advantage of the goal screen by Cam Tyson, confusing the alliance defensively. Odro felt that he had clean block up top, but I believe that the official called body on Odro. And right here, Hunter, who's having a terrific night as far as I'm concerned, will allow Brampton to edge closer here in his target score time, trying to cut the lead to 7.
Sean East II might be the box office name, but you look at Tyrese Hunter, he is definitely one of the top attractions on this Honey Badger roster. And he gets this down to an 84-76 lead.
Again, stop and scores. That's the name of the game right now for the Brampton Honey Badgers. Stop and score.
15 points away for the Honey Badgers. Montreal needs 7 for the win. And we've seen some crazy comebacks right in target time.
Without question. This is where it could be nail-biting time for the Alliance. They need to get a score on this trip right here.
They're kind of ease the nerves. Lou Williams III back with it. And here is Chiquinho as Bartholomew will come back in on the next whistle. Horton. And now they're back to a position of 5 points required for victory.
Once again, nice individual creativity right there by Ethiel Horton, who's had a great second half.
Tyson. Here is Hunter back with it. Hunter for the 45. Cash.
That is a tough shot right there from distance by Hunter. A pretty good defense right there from Lou Williams. Excellent contest. Good defense, better offense right there by Hunter.
And they've scored 10 in this target time. And here is the last basket of the game.
There's Horton on one end, making a huge shot right there. And as I said, Lou Williams, excellent individual defense, nice contest, but a better shot from Hunter from downtown.
Horton back with it. And now here he is, trying to dance from the 45. That is well short rebound, reload, and back with his Chiquinho. A new 14 to work with. Horton, the quarterback of this offense, trying to find a touchdown pass. Watched by Moncrief, eyeball to eyeball, to the paint. Whistle, remains Montreal ball, 3 left in the shot clock, and sort of thought he had that going the other way.
Right here, right now, the ball is sticking a little bit too much for the Alliance, and that's why Coach Small is calling a timeout. This is a very, very important timeout and play coming out of the timeout for the Alliance with 3 seconds on the shot clock.
So who's missing who more? Are the Alliance missing at Nelson Quintziguri, or is the Honey Badgers missing Sean East II in this situation?
Well, listen, we understand that Cam Tyson was the player to watch for the Badgers coming into the game, but he's been picked up by his 2 teammates, talking about Tyrese Hunter and Trenton Flowers. So I think, and of course, they're losing the game right now by 6. So to answer your question, I believe right now the Honey Badgers are missing Sean East the second more than the Alliance are missing Quincy Guerrier. The Alliance definitely miss Guerrier right now, but they do have the 6-point lead here in target score time. But the obvious answer for me is that the Badgers are missing Sean East more like tonight.
Crucial period, crucial possession coming up for the Alliance. 3 left in the shot clock. It will be Montreal ball in the Brampton end of the court. Gobino Doro, Dwight Walton, Mo Khan, 86-80 lead for Montreal over Brampton. Target is 91, so Montreal needs 5 to the 11 of Brampton. But again, Brampton is 0-6 when they trail in target time. Montreal 6-1 when they lead going to target. But right now, Dwight, it feels like the team in black and gold has that momentum going the other way.
Well, the momentum definitely is on the side of the Honey Badgers right now. They've got 3 seconds right here to finish off this possession and to give themselves a chance to cut into this lead. Let's see what Jermaine Small has up his sleeve on this all-important baseline out of bounds opportunity. Once again, 3 seconds for the Alliance. Let's see what the Honey Badgers can do. Let's see if they can get a stop and a score and cut into this 6-point lead.
Tyrese Hunter, 27 points for the Honey Badgers. Odro, the inbounder. Not much in the menu of options, interception. And here is a chance here, 3-on-1 for the Honey Badgers. Flowers, and what?
Just what the doctor ordered for the Brampton Honey Badgers. They got the turnover out of the timeout, went in transition, created a transition opportunity. Trenton Flowers right here. There we see Muntu finding the streaking Flowers, taking the contact from Chiquinho and going to the line for a possible 3-point opportunity.
Right now, it's been fruitful for Brampton and fruitless for the Alliance, and the pressure is on. A test of nerve for Flowers, who this year from the line, shooting the free throws coming up.
It is definitely nail-biting time if you're an Alliance fan. The Honey Badgers have cut this lead to 3.
And you have to wonder how much the Alliance now miss a guy like Gourier or Ant Nelson to kind of ease the nerves. Chukwueze on the switch with Moncrief. Very static from the Alliance and attacking mind, and Boucard will not be spared the blushes on that one, as his heart is in his mouth right now.
Although the Honey Badgers were down 12 going into target score time, you could just sense the confidence. They were very confident coming into the target score time, and it's very evident right now with a chance to either cut it to 1 or tie it.
Hunter on the switch with Odro. Speed versus size for the tie. Rebound Boucard, and Montreal beating a sigh of relief.
Yeah, huge defensive possession, huge defensive rebound right there from Boucard.
Storm clouds are forming here at Verdun. Montreal trying to engineer win number 8 of the season. Odro, double team, kick out from the center arc. Right down St. Catherine Street, Horton. Montreal up. One basket acquired. Timeout call by Brampton.
You know what? When Prince Odro right there was using his crab dribble to create space, I was fearful that he didn't see his open teammate, Ethel Horton, at the top of the key, but he did find him, and that's a huge, huge 3, forcing Serta to call a timeout right there. Odro getting 2 feet in the paint, finding Horton, who has been excellent in this second half and has allowed the Alliance to inch closer to a possible victory tonight.
In this steeplechase of a game, Brampton has gotten close, and now Montreal has them on the execution pad. And the question now for Brampton, Dwight, they have to go perfect. They have to go 8-0 run.
Score and stops. Yes, score and stops, Mo.
They get 1 point, but that's about it.
Yes, but score and stops. That's what it is about right now for the Honey Badgers. They've done a great job so far in the target score time of giving themselves an opportunity, being down 12 as we got into it. Now they're down 6. It's very, very important for them to get a score offensively than to get a stop. Right now, for Coach Small and the Alliance, they got to do what's right. Get a stop and score their own so they can come out with an all-important victory in this very congested Eastern Conference playoff race.
Montreal traffic out there in that East Division.
I love that, Mo. Well played.
So Montreal can only hope, and right now Brampton can only pray in this situation now in this sequence. Montreal 89, Brampton 83. Target is 91, so Montreal needs 1 more field goal. And for Brampton, they have to pretty much go perfect. And this is a guy who could be Mr. Perfect in Flowers. Smuggling his way through. Still has it. And the conversation will be, and still going and still conversing, and they'll have a chit-chat about who's going to do what. This will be Brampton ball.
I'm really, really impressed with the aggressive play of Trenton Flowers, but even more impressed with the defensive stance right there by Lou Williams.
6 left in the shot clock. Tyson's 3, and Boucard, again, heart and mouth, as he takes another foul and gives them 3 freebies. And for Cam Tyson, wrong guy to put in the line, over 90% this year.
But that is because of the threat of Cam Tyson. Again, you don't want to foul a jump shooter, especially coming out of a timeout. But because Tyson is a 51% free throw shooter, you understand the urgency defensively from Guillaume Boucard on that play. You don't want to foul, but I understand it.
So this becomes a 5-point gap between Montreal and Brampton. Again, Brampton needs 7 for the win. Montreal needs 2 points for the win. Target is 91.
Eze will be coming in for the Honey Badgers, and Kevin Osawe will be coming in after this free throw right here for the Alliance.
Montreal, when they score 87 points or more, they are 7-1 this year, Dwight. And right now for Brampton, when they score 88 points or more, they are 5-3 this year. But again, it is down to this last roll of the dice for the Honey Badgers on defense for now.
The most important offensive possession for the Alliance this season to keep themselves very much in the playoff picture in the Eastern Conference.
This could change the diagram of this playoff picture in the East. Chukwueze on and over. Watched by Moncrief. Chukwueze dancing. Still in possession. Kick out. Williams a 3. And a rebound right back over to the Honey Badgers, and they have the save execution, still needing 5 for the win.
Excellent defense right there from the Honey Badgers on that possession.
Tyson for 3. Ooh. And that's still going. Moncrief twisting and turning like a gator roll, and a jump ball arrow, and that is pointing towards the Honey Badgers.
On the iron right there, extremely unkind for Cam Tyson. That ball was halfway down, in and out for Cam Tyson. He felt good on the release. As you can see, that ball was halfway down. And then get a good offensive rebound from Eze right there. And then we have a jump ball in favor of the Honey Badgers. They need to convert on this offensive possession.
Game is full of twitch, full of jeopardy. We are in double jeopardy in this matchup. Moncrief, watched by Odro. Here is Hunter, who is the hot hand. Leading the way. Hunter, 5 left in the shot clock. Muntu. Hunter at the death. Overcooked. And that's a shot clock violation, so Montreal's defending comes up at a supreme time.
Excellent defensive possession right now, right there by the Alliance. Very happy for Coach Small on that possession right there, making him happy, excuse me. Again, the most important offensive possession for the Alliance this season, trying to keep their home court playoff opportunity alive.
Did you see that 45 seconds ago?
Yes, I did.
Yes, you did. And here is Horton. Back out, Osawe. Osawe, Williams a third, around the protractor. Battered and bruised. Montreal has been weathering the storm. But tonight, they're smiling like roses as they win 92-86 over the Honey Badgers.
Lou Williams, once again, you have to say this. He has done a magnificent job on Cam Tyson in the 2 games that they played here at the Verdun Auditorium. And it just makes sense for him to score the winning basket, this time from downtown, the short corner 3. Excellent job for Williams. Excellent win for the Alliance. Now, they keep themselves with the chance to host a playoff game in this very congested Eastern Conference.
This is twists and turns at its finest, unscripted poetry at its best. Montreal now 8-9, Brampton 8-8. Montreal goes to NRL on Sunday. Brampton goes to Ottawa, and here is the game-winning shot, Dwight, courtesy of Lou Williams III.
Right there, the ball swung to Williams in the corner. Right there, the teammates of the Alliance with the swing. Right there, Osawe with the dribble drive. Horton to Osawe right there, finding Lou Williams in the corner for the game-winning 3 and the all-important victory for the Montreal Alliance tonight.
And you see here a happy fan base of the Montreal Alliance, Dwight, and a happy bench. Again, this is a team that's been battered and bruised body-wise. It could be argued that they had, you see Quincy Gurry have a little huddle with his team. It could be argued that they have probably more talent on the IR right now than on this roster. But the cast of characters showed a lot of character in this game to beat the Honey Badgers.
Well, this is what happens in the CEBL. There's going to be a ton of roster turnover because the season is during the summer. A lot of opportunities overseas. You've got the Las Vegas Summer League. You're dealing with injuries, but it's just up to the teams to adapt and adjust and to come through when they can. Tonight, the Alliance got the best of the Brampton Honey Badgers.
Let's go to Covina Doro and a crew of homies of his in the Montreal Alliance.
Yes, sir.
So I'm here with Keyshawn and IT, 2 players that had a big game. Keyshawn, this was your breakout game. How did you do it?
My teammates were looking for me, and they did a good job just helping me they kept talking to me through our practices and tough games, and I give the credit to my teammates, honestly.
You're here for a post-game interview, and your teammates are behind you, and you just shouted that out. How does that feel?
It feels great. It shows the level of commitment that the team has towards each other, and I'm happy that these guys are supporting me, and I support them as well.
IT, this was a game of runs. The team needed someone to step up in the second half, and you did just that. How did you do it?
I mean, honestly, I just got here, so I was just trying to go out there and make the right play, and not be a burden to the team. So, whenever you go out there doing that with the right mindset, just like he said, the guys around you, say they believe in you, coaches say they believe in you, so it's easy to make the right plays.
The standings are tight, and for the playoff push, how much does this win matter?
I mean, like I said, it matters a lot. Like I said, everything is, like Coach said, Game 7. So, like, every win counts. You know, no matter who it is, every win counts because we're trying to position ourselves for the best spot possible in the playoffs so we can get a host.
Congratulations and good luck the rest of the season, team. Yeah.
Are they celebrating Covina or are they celebrating the team? I don't know.
You know what? I think they're trying to involve Corbina. They're trying to get him to dance like some of the other teams across the league does. But eventually, we'll get Corbina Oduro to do a dance routine with the Alliance at some point.
Well, they're going to be dancing tonight as they win this game here over the Brampton Honey Badgers, 92-86. You watch the CBL live on CBL Plus, GEM, YouTube, listen to TSN 690. Horse and the boys very happy as they win over Brampton. All right, welcome back. It is final score, Montreal 92, Brampton 86, leaving on a high note here. And I totally forgot, I only found out like 45 seconds ago that Dwight Walton, his last broadcast for the season. It flew by, Dwight. We did 10 games together, but I give you the floor, my friends.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you, Mo, once again for a terrific partnership, you and I, as a broadcast team, along with Corbina Oduro. This is my last game for the summer, not in my CEBL career, but for the summer. As some of you guys know, I am the general manager of the Gotham City Bockers. We have an entrance in the basketball tournament this summer where the winning team wins $2 million. We have training camp in Las Vegas from this Monday until the 21st of July. Then our first game is July 22nd in Las Vegas. And of course, it's basically how we do in the tournament will dictate my absence from Montreal. But we are guaranteed 3 games, so I will not be here for July 24th and 28th, the final 2 home games of the season. So this is my final game for the summer, but of course you know that wherever I am, I'll be watching this team with close intent and purpose, and hopefully the Alliance can go on to not only make the playoffs, but host a playoff game in the first round. Hopefully I'll be back for that, so we'll see what happens. But for the final 2 home games, I will not be here in Montreal.
So what you're saying is you're going to buy supper when you win $2 million. That's what it is. Right.
Yes, that is correct. But again, I've had a fun time this summer. Thanks to the production crew, everybody in the background with the Montreal Alliance, my broadcast partners Mo Khan and Corbina Oduro. It's been a fantastic summer. Fantastic job by everybody from the top to the bottom. thoroughly enjoyed my 5th season here with the Montreal Alliance.
You just saved me the thank yous for the final broadcast. I'll do that in 2 weeks' time. Right? No, thank you, Dwight. It's always been a pleasure, my man, to work with you. We've done this professionally for 5 years. We've done it well before that.
Oh, 100%.
At the university and stage up levels of Canada. And it's been a lot of fun to work with you and Kobina as well. And we'll have Mike Shemluski, who will be joining us, the head coach of the Breb Dynamic, who won the CCAA
National Championship
against VIU back in March. We'll have him for the final 2 games. And we'll see where the Alliance will be. They're going to be on the road, of course, coming up here. They'll be going to Niagara as well. So our next broadcast coming up in terms of the whole CEBL landscape, it will be Saturday, July 11th, the Vancouver Bandits and the Edmonton Stingers, 9 p.m. East, 7 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Pacific on GEM, YouTube, and CEBL Plus. Big matchup in the West because our race for first is going on right now. And, of course, don't forget, Montreal, they'll go to NRL on the weekend Sunday, and Brampton will travel to Ottawa on Sunday, the nation's capital. A lot to be discussed. Barthélemy, one of the talking points, Horton the other. And the Alliance, they win this game over the Honey Badgers, 92-86. And a lot of dunking, a lot of acrobatics, but the Alliance grinding their way through to get win number 8, going 8-9. Brampton dropping to 8-8, and they win this game 92-86, courtesy of Lou Williams III 3. On behalf of the staff and crew, wish you a great weekend. We'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.